Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Schweinsteiger, the Mr. Cool of German football, massively experienced now, and his ball retention and pass completion is world-class. However hectic this might get, it won't bother him in the slightest.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Makalele was in no mood for any of that. Great vision. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, it's Luis Suarez! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. Schweinsteiger is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Luis Suarez.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Osimhen. That is good alertness. Now it's Hazard. Serginho. Short changes him with that pass. And this is Hazard. And he's managed to get free. Is there any support? He might not need it. Desai is there, and he can get that clear. And here's Schweinsteiger. And here's Hazard. Desai, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, that's delightful. Griezmann! Good strike, quite an alarm. Pull it. Floated through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And here's Suarez, over to the right flank. Griezmann did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Osimhen. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Driving, it's Schweinsteiger! And yes, it's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
And it's Rijkaard, out towards the flank. And here's Donatoni. Can he get it? Can he finish? And it's in! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Burnley cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And here's Hazard. Now it's Donatoni. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira. Now, can they get him away? Makalele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Burnley are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Donatoni. Rijkaard. That's Vieira. And it's Rijkaard. Some intricate passing. Osimhen! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
And it's Azar. Donatoni wriggles his way through, looking to play him in.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Now it's Schweinsteiger. That pass isn't the best. And here's the chance to counter. Shot could be on. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
And we come to you now with a
The pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Away we go again.
Burnley can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew.
And he shoots! And that's a tiny finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting. It's Luis Suarez! And it's a goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Donatoni. And it's Vieira. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nice-looking ball. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
That is ended up in no man's land. That's a cute ball. Now it's Azar. Looking for options for movement. Desai, very much a man of this moment. Lam. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Desai gets it clear. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Serginho.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Griezmann will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Vieira has created one goal already. Rijkaard tries to play it through. That is a brilliant interception. Azar. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now it's Hullet. Oh, that's fabulous. Hullet.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Griezmann is onto this. So what can they make of this? Looking for the run. And this is Hullet. He's found the way through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Knocks it into space. Belletti. Griezmann has found the net here, of course. Burnley now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
And here's Griezmann, and a chance! And that could come back to haunt them.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Substitution on the field.
Burnley
Number
with their
14,
first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Number 6, Griezmann.
Impressive job! And that could have brought them level.
Such a good opportunity, Peter. I hope he doesn't end up regretting that miss.
Coming on the field, number 8.
And here's Osimhen. Chance for a shot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Number 4.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
And he's taking no chances there. Xabi Alonso, terrific effort! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Burnley really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some
2
pressure.
added minutes has been indicated.
2 minutes to be added on. This is a promising build-up.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pirlo gets it away, and he's only too happy to take that back. But that signals the very end. Burnley can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent prepared to go toe-to-toe until the end. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The
match.
stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, football certainly runs deep in the Reinders family, but unlike his father or brother, this guy, Tiani Reinders, is someone who can take control of the game from centre midfield. I suspect we're going to see a little bit of everything from him here. He's box to box.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Chance, surely!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Well, it's Batistuta. Great vision. Now it's Villa. Totti. Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Messi. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! He's having a shot! And he's done it!
What a super start! A total shocker for the opponents. Talk about how to wrestle control. That's how you do it.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Burnley are already chasing the game. Osimhen! Brilliant from Osimhen! That is a gem! An absolute gem! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. So it's good pressing in a good area to force the error, and the hard work was pretty much complete.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Keeper's dealt with that. Totti. Osimhen. Now it's Bellingham. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that'll be a goal kick. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. It's Neymar! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Now it's Batistuta. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And here's Osimhen. Now it's Neymar. Cafu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now that's well seen too. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Tottenham clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Serginho, not the most accurate pass. Reinders. Now it's Reinders. Reinders. Messi. Bellingham. Rijkaard. Osimhen looking to add to his goal. Rijkaard. And it's Neymar. Messi. Here's Totti. McAllister. Rijkaard. Now it's Messi. Foot in. Can he get it through? That's a nicely shaped ball. He is through here. Shoots!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
A probing pass. Oh, delightful ball. Desai. Roberto Carlos. It's a searching pass. That is a great pick out. And he's gone looking for safety. Totti. And it's Reinders. Vieira. And he's intervened well there. Totti. Serginho. McAllister. And that pass just didn't quite work. Serginho. Messi chasing after it. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Vieira. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Cafu. Guardiol. And it's Rijkaard. And the whistle goes for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Burnley will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. Burnley get the second half started. McAllister, and he's picked out the run. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, what has happened here? Has to go back here. Osimhen, that's going wide left.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Looking to play him in. Reinders is in a really good position out wide. Neymar. Oh, he refuses to take the bait. And it's Messi. Shot could be on. Look at the big chance! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi!
Well, Peter, this has to be the best possible way you could start the second half. This could get good, frighteningly good.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Tottenham leading now. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Driving on and making good progress. Well read, nice interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Burnley really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half.
The attendance for this
Cafu.
match was 29,000.
Can he latch on to this? Cafu has it out wide and in space. They're back on the ball again. McAllister! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
McAllister clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitutions taking place.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, it's come loose. Plays it across. And that has been cleared. Looking for the run. And now a sudden chance to counter. And the shot! And that has fair fizzed. Oh, good effort! And that should get the job done. Rijkaard.
Burnley really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That has not gone well. That's a little off target.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Vieira did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And he's in on goal. Doesn't quite get there. Reinders, who's set up one goal so far. Burnley perhaps contemplating their next change here. McAllister looking for a run-up. That has ended up in no man's land. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, it's Batistuta. Nicely weighted ball. Great ball, and he's in here. Vieira is there to clear. And it's Reinders. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. He's had a shot! Cleared without hesitation.
Tottenham clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Now it's Takahara. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Roberto Carlos! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Otto. In again. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Can he finish? Well taken goal. We thought they were done, but never say never. And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Substitution.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find the winner...
There's the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Reinders deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
There will be 3 minutes.
There's an official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Can he get on the end of this? And it's McAllister. Totti gets into a good position. And that is expertly dealt with. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. He's got away. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, shooting chance! So close, but that is as good as it gets. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire.